Good evening, Annamalai.
Yeah,
So,
good evening, sir.
my
Yes, sir.
audience is yours. Just tell me about how many years of experience you have, okay? And what background you have, right?
Yes,
Educational
sir.
background and all. This is not an interview, first of all, okay?
Yeah,
I
okay,
just
sir.
want to understand you, where exactly you are. I'm trying to diagnose you, okay? And also at the same time, what all skill sets you have learned during these many years. You are from IT background or a non-IT background, right?
Yes,
Everything,
sir.
please go ahead and explain, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Actually, thank you, sir. After I am Pachapan, sir. Actually, I belong to Chennai. I completed my college in 2016 password. So I have 6 years experience in IT industry.
Hmm,
So specifically working for this past 6 years working as system administrator role only, sir.
hmm,
So I like to work to Linux admin role. So past 1 year I work in Linux admin role only, sir. Linux admin and cloud watching this kind of role only. I past 3 years I worked.
hmm,
So next level my career moved to Linux, full and full migrate to I interest to work in Linux admin role, sir.
hmm.
So that's purpose I'm supporting in.
Okay, okay. So
So
I got it. Okay, so you have started your career as a desktop support engineer, then
yes,
you
sir.
have moved on to somewhere to a Linux system administrator,
Yes,
right?
yes, sir.
And you have also get a chance to work in cloud as well. So
Yes, sir.
during these 6 years, what all things you have done? You have only came across Linux or any other tools or technology like or which cloud you have used, what type of work you have done it. If you can give me an idea, then I can guide you according to that.
Yes, sir. Actually, first for last three, but totally 6 years. In my first 3 years, I work in desktop support role only, sir.
Mm,
Any basic hardware troubleshooting and
mm,
Windows package installation and Linux package installations.
mm,
This kind of basic user level support only I do doing this one, sir. So
mm.
after 3 years, I moved to working only cloud monitoring, sir. I working for last year one of the manufacturing company. Working monitoring the servers cloud only. Just to cloud watches only. I not involving fully in the AWS also. Just one cloud monitoring.
Okay.
And basic, I know very well the basic SQL knowledge also.
Okay,
Basic
good.
SQL knowledge.
Okay. Basic SQL knowledge and all you have.
Yes.
So which
Yes, sir.
database you have like query you have executed? It's a MySQL or a Oracle DB
No,
or
SQL.
okay. SQL queries
MySQL.
are there.
Sir,
Okay.
sorry.
So
MySQL.
database yeah,
MySQL.
MySQL, right?
Yes, sir.
So MySQL is common. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
fine. So you have at least understanding of your operating system. You have understanding of I would say cloud, but I don't say it's a full any of the services, just monitoring part, right?
Yes, sir. Monitoring.
Any monitoring tool you have worked with?
Splunk, sir. Splunk.
Okay, so you know about the Splunk log monitoring and all,
Yes, yeah, sir.
right? How about any alert monitoring tool? Zavix is there, right?
No, sir. I worked in Splunk and
Mm.
cloud watching services, sir. This
Cloud
both are
watching service
SNS,
is there
SQL,
in
sir.
yes, SNS service and is
Yes,
there in
yes, yes,
AWS.
yes.
Okay, okay, that's it. Now, what is your area of interest? First, you tell me where
Sir,
you see
my
yourself. Yeah.
yes, sir. My area of interest is Linux only. I like to work Linux admin. Linux, becoming a big Linux admin to work. So I joining the RSC courses also. Exam also. Exams also I applied, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, sir. But how to become next good position? I don't know.
Okay. So you are looking your career mainly into, I would say, like, see, Linux, I would say it's a platform. Okay, ultimately it's operating system. But the most important thing is when you get into Linux, so it's not only Linux, okay? So there are
Okay.
things additional with Linux. It's a foundation, I clearly told, right? There is something called shell scripting also. So
Yes, sir.
to make yourself up to date with the IT industry, and to reach to a some certain level, okay, you need to add things with Linux and all, okay. But I said this is the foundation. Since you have I'm not sure how much you have worked in knowledge and how much troubleshooting skills and what all things you have done in Linux, because what I understand from here, you have spent almost 3 years, right? And then later on you have spent for monitoring in AWS, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So whether you have touched all the parts of Linux or not, right? Because in Linux,
Yes,
it's
sir.
I said it's itself If Linux is the foundation, right, there are so many things. Everything we say, right, we talk about DevOps, okay, but ultimately Linux is the foundation, okay. And
Yes,
once a
sir.
person is good in Linux, he can work at anywhere, whether it's a platform engineer, SRE engineer, or DevOps engineer, or even I can say a production support engineer or application support engineer, right?
Yes, sir.
But you have to know each and every I won't say it's a topic. For me it's a real time experience, those topics, whether it's managing your partition or you can say configuring your yum and all, because that is related to patching, correct? And whether it's related to user management, whether it's related to FTP server, DNS server, right, SMTP server, there are so many things, right, file system hierarchy, right, and multiple things are there, right, in Linux.
Sir.
So my suggestion is, and where exactly you are getting stuck, because I understand, okay, what you have done, okay,
Sir.
Annamalai, till now,
Yes,
but I just wanted to know that you see yourself, you told me your area of interest, I'll tell you that
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
how to follow and from where to follow, so you should be in the right direction. I'll going to give, but I just wanted to know where you are getting stuck as of now. What is your biggest barrier currently you are facing?
Actually, I'm not fully 6 years working desktop support role only, sir. So next, alone support only. I work in Windows. Linux is limited access only. So now next level carry how to moving. I don't know, sir. Which one, which path is better to choose? AWS or
Okay,
Linux? Yes, sir.
got it. So you also want to become a DevOps engineer at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, okay. No, you are in the right direction, first of all, and Annamalai, and in most of my videos also I have explained this one. But
Yes, sir.
by looking at your career and all, one more thing. So this current company, you have worked with one company, two or three company?
So actually, I worked with 5 companies, sir.
Sorry?
5 companies, sir.
Okay, okay. You have already worked with five company.
So,
Okay.
yes, sir. Or middle of 2 companies, I joined our last 2020 company, 20 March. I joined our company after getting Corona closes this the project. So
Hmm.
6 months working in the middle of 2 months. So next I come out to another company 2 years worked. My last company is 1 year 1 month. Okay, sir.
Hmm.
But totally I having 6 years experience.
Okay, no, that is fine. You have a proper justification by leaving, because this question could be asked to you in the interview. So this is
Yes,
why,
sir.
see, before giving you any solution, I need to tell you everything, pros and cons and everything, right? So this question 100% they are going to ask you during this 6 years of period, why you have changed these many companies. So how you are
Yes,
going
sir.
to answer that one? So you should be prepared with your justification with a proper reason.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, so that is totally up to you. And give, see, if it's related to personal reason, professional reason, please mention, go ahead and mention that one.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
But most of the time we mention that because of the career opportunity or the career growth, right, we left the organization, and that is also acceptable. There is nothing wrong with that one. Some cases we have seen personal reasons are there, some financial problem is there, family need is there, right, so where we need
Yes,
to
sir.
leave the job and we need to support our family,
Yes, sir.
correct? So I think
Yeah, correct.
that's not going to be a problem for you. But now coming to your path, okay, so
Yes,
first
sir.
thing is that now you need to focus, first of all, Annamalai. So
Yes, sir.
please, whichever company you are now, you are currently working.
No, sir. 2 months back, I left a job, sir. Previously, I worked in Hyderabad location in Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, okay,
Okay. So I switched to Chennai location, sir. So
I
based
got
on
it.
looking Chennai location. So,
Correct. I got it. Because of the location, you have moved from there. This
yes, sir.
happens. And there is nothing wrong with this one, because even I also left one of the organization because of the location issue and all.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But now the organization is giving the flexibilities to work with any of the location, right? After COVID. So that's not a problem. But now coming, so you are not working currently.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So your first task will be is that please spend at least next 2 to 3 months. I'm telling you very honestly, Annamalai. Okay,
Okay, sir.
because your, are you married?
No, sir. Single, sir.
Okay, so you have
Yes.
a good. So see, knowledge is the biggest investment in our life. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and for you, I'll give you a very straightforward example. Once you have to take a jump in your career, you will go back, right? Or anywhere. If you take a long jump, also, we have to run and then we'll do the long jump, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
have to take two, three, four step, or I would say five step also back, and then you will take a jump, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is what I'm coming here. So don't be in a hurry, buddy. First of all, be relaxed. Time
Okay.
is not running out. Okay,
Yes, sir.
because knowledge is the biggest investment. Understand this one, what I'm telling. If you,
Yes, understood.
because this house, this car, these things, if you take loan, if you can't pay, they will take from you. But this knowledge can not, nobody can take it from you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And 100% you are going to get the result out of it.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first thing is that you have understanding of troubleshooting. You have worked in that
Yes, sir.
environment, according to me. So you have basic understanding of troubleshooting,
Yes, sir.
correct? So what you need to do is during this 6 year of time, you need to prepare a resume with Linux administration, with shell scripting, and somewhere I would say like 50% or 60% of the work you need to show as a AWS,
Okay, sir. Okay.
because you are at a very good point of your career. This is, I would say, the most precious point for any of the candidates. When you are at 5 years of experience or we are at 6 years of experience, this is the best time when you get a good salary, and this is the best time because there is lot of expectation from a resource. Okay,
Sir.
this is something where expectation is more, and to come up to that expectation, you need to have skill set with yourself. So
Okay.
you need to spend time on your skill set. First of all, you need to learn each and everything in Linux, according
Okay.
to me, from where I'll show you. See, I have designed a course, okay? It's not a course, this is my real time experience, first of all, okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
And same thing, I'm taking those live batches and I'm uploading it to my own website, first of all. And there is a
Yeah,
reason
okay.
behind that one, because in channel, there is a similar content is already available, but that is with, I would say, with RHEL 6, okay? But
Yes,
this
sir.
live batches is something where I am covering everything in a single place, where I'm going to cover the Linux administration. Shell scripting is already completed. Linux administration is already completed. Now the AWS, the DevOps tools completely, the automation tool, the monitoring tool, and then finally your pre-real-time projects and all. Okay.
Okay.
Because I know candidates are looking something where they are going to get everything. So this is, I called it as a 100 days of IT corporate bootcamp. That I'll
Okay.
come to know later on. Don't worry about that one. But for
Okay.
you, for your suggestion immediately, so what you need to do is this, see, these are the topics which is mandatory topics, I would say, or even you are working in a real time project. Okay. So these things you are going to encounter on a day to day basis when you will be working as a Linux administrator.
Okay.
Whether it's related to your, suppose if you are working with VMware, okay, so in VMware also you need to install RHEL 9, correct? Your VMs you need to spin up, correct? And those VMs are nothing but those are the Red Hat VMs only, correct? Or CentOS VM, might be some other operating system, but in most of the cases, or Oracle Linux will be also there. Oracle Linux is nothing but it's just a wrapping of your Red Hat only. Okay,
Okay.
exactly same, no change. I've worked with Oracle Linux also. So the architecture you need to understand, because you have to work on a day-to-day basis within those directories if you are working. Because to mount something, to unmount something, to troubleshoot within those directories, right? So you need to be aware of your file system and all completely. LVM is something which is the most important part of any Linux administrator. You need
Yes,
to
sir.
be get a full hands-on with this one, whether it's related to network configuration and troubleshooting from the Linux server to any security, suppose any of the traffic is coming to your server or not, right? Firewall services and all. There are many
Yes,
multiple
sir.
networking, like IP is there, subnets is there, subnet mask is there, gateway is there, a routing table is there. So these things will be coming under network and configuration, right? Booting
Okay, okay, sir.
procedure is important because when your system is not booting up, some of the file system maybe gets corrupted and all. So you need to understand the complete hierarchy of a booting procedure, where I have explained each and everything from scratch in that 100 days of IT corporate boot camp
Yes, sir.
with real time
Okay.
experience. Sudo is one of the thing which we need to be encounter on a day to day basis. When you are working as a normal user, you need to switch it to a root user, right? Where you will be required, and some of the permission or some of the file deletion or maybe is cannot be done by a normal user, right? So there you required a sudo permission. So those things you need to understand completely. Authentication is something where you'll be logging from one server to the other server, right? These why these topics I have included, because these questions only they are going to ask you in the interview. And this same question I have uploaded in my channel, that is 100 plus Linux interview question and answer you are going to get from these topics, and those are my real time experience questions which I have
Yes,
faced
sir.
during the interviews, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
those only I have put it over there. And same thing, according to that only I have designed this course, and I have
Yes, sir.
explained the same while explaining this course, which is already done in 100 days of IT corporate boot camp.
Okay,
So
sir.
user security, backup and restore, Linux process management, right? So when you know about your software package management, so you should be comfortable with your patching. Before patching, what all things are required? Your yum
Yes,
is
sir.
configured, your yum server will be configured, your yum client should be configured. Then only you will be able to download those packages, or you will be able to upgrade, or you will be able to update, right? Correct?
Okay.
Why we do patching and all, right? So patching cycle we
Yes,
do,
sir.
right? That is something FTP server, NFS server, DNS server, and then finally shell scripting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these are the things, Annamalai. Okay. You need
Okay,
to
sir.
be very good at. Listen very carefully if you and note it down also again, because this is something which is very critical uh, part of your life at 6 years, and I would say this is 5 years, because at this time only you have to show yourself that how much skilled you are. So if you have to make yourself very skillful, okay, so for
Yes, sir.
that completely end to end understanding of this, I would say Linux you need to be have with real time troubleshooting plus shell scripting. Why I'm telling shell scripting, because when you are going to get the GD and all, okay, at that time they are going to ask you, have you done any kind of automation to your environment?
Okay, sir.
Correct. So in that situation you should have answered that, okay, while working with the Linux administration, or I have been working with the AWS cloud, I have automated this, I have created a backup script, I have created a server connectivity script and all. These things I have mentioned in my 100 days of IT corporate bootcamp. Like this, more than 10 plus real time shell script I have created in my 100 days of IT corporate bootcamp. Okay,
Okay, sir.
there.
Okay.
So now you need to cover these two thoroughly, so that you will be full confidence, and you should practice all these things in your system. Now, because there are requirements, because thing is that when you are dealing with your Linux and shell scripting, okay, so they are expecting you either you should know any of this cloud, AWS cloud, Azure cloud, or GCP cloud.
Okay.
I could have told, but when you said you have already worked with some of the monitoring stuff of cloud, so you are at
Yes,
least
sir.
aware of those compute services, storage services, database services of AWS. And AWS is one of the most accessible cloud as of now for make your hands dirty.
Okay, sir.
You need to make your hands dirty. Okay. And how you are going to make your hands dirty? When you have full freedom to spin up, to create those virtual machine, any of those regions and all. Correct. Once you'll be creating, once you'll be doing by yourself, then only you'll come to know what is BPG, what is security group, what is peering connections and all, what is S3 bucket, what is Lambda functions, right? How to create a virtual private network, how to create a landing zones and all. So these things you should be full aware. Why?
Okay.
Because it's not only Linux or shell scripting. And why you need to learn all these things? When you have a project will be what? Mostly going to be migration projects.
Okay, sir.
But when you are working in production environment, you have to deploy something,
Yes, sir.
correct? For that
Yes,
also
sir.
you need to know about where you are going to deploy in your cloud only,
Yes, sir.
correct? So
Yeah, correct,
this
sir.
is, so if you know one cloud, there is no difference between any other cloud anomaly. Okay, it's like one
Yes, sir.
technology is the predecessor to other. If somebody knows about the virtualization, he will immediately understand the Docker and Kubernetes. It's containerization.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for me, as of now, your focus area will be immediately, it's going to be your Linux administration, your shell scripting, if you are comfort, because by default shell scripting comes with Linux. So those are just commands only.
Yes,
And
sir.
that
Okay.
also I have explained, if you go in my channel where shell scripting complete course I have uploaded over there in my channel.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So that shell scripting completely Linux admin, you are everything you are going to get in that 100 days of IT corporate bootcamp. I'll share that
Okay.
link to you. Okay. Don't worry about that
Okay.
one. Okay. So these two things, third is your cloud. So at least you should know two to three services of full hands-on in your cloud. So now you are in a comfortable position, and you are from, once you get into a job, okay, I'm sure that either you are going to get a cloud role or a cloud engineer role, or it's going to be a Linux administrator role or application support role or a production
Yes, sir.
support role. Maybe it could be anything. Okay. But I'm not pushing you immediately to the DevOps, because I know
Yeah, okay, sir.
that requires a lot of experience with these platform. Then only by default you are going to learn all those tools, and by the time anyways it's going to be there in that 100 days of IT corporate bootcamp, in
Okay,
that
sir.
same course I'm telling. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going to cover everything. You are going to get their Docker, Kubernetes, everything. Don't worry about that one.
Okay,
So
okay.
what is important as of now for you? This area, plus you said you have done something in SQL. So that series is also coming soon in my channel itself. I am going to come up where you are not only going to know what is DML command, DDL command and all, but you should know what all questions are asked as a real time interview. Basically, when you are going for the application support role or a production support role, right? So they'll be asking database. If you see one of the interview, I have been asking, right, what is a table space, have you executed any query in the database and all, right? So if we have to select or fetch some employee details and all, right, those are the employees. So how we are going to get, so you should be handy with that one, how to export your data, how to import your data, correct? Database. So there
Yes,
are
sir.
many things what we can do, because if you're working in a migration project, so migration project divided into many, I would say, verticals. Migration project requires patching, migration project requires vulnerability remediation, migration project required to upgrade your application, upgrade your operating system, right? So migration is very big thing. It's just a
Yes, sir.
word I am telling. Inside that there are multiple components, and that is
Okay.
what I'm talking about. So people has to
Yes, sir.
understand this one. Migration is, can be done refactoring and rehosting. I'm talking in term of a architect level, because I have worked as an architect also.
Yes,
Okay.
okay, sir.
So this is why I'm telling Annamalai. Okay. So you have to focus on these
Yeah, okay, sir.
basically three areas as of now. Okay. And that's it. Spend at least 2 to 3 months. Don't be in a hurry, buddy. I'm telling you very honestly. Then prepare your resume. 6 years, how you need to prepare. You need to mention all these things into that one.
Yes, okay, sure,
And
sir.
that I'm going to help you how to prepare exactly, how you have to mention. Once you will go through my 100 days of IT corporate bootcamp, na, you yourself will be able to do it. Okay. So don't worry about that one. Anyways, the resume also I'm going to give it to you once you complete everything and all. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And what roles and responsibility, nothing. Those are the incidents only. Those are the issues what we do on a regular day to day basis. Those things only we need to mention as a roles and responsibility in our resume. Okay. And there
Okay.
you need to make some changes with the automation, that how you have done some kind of a automation.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Now you are
Yes, sir.
confident.
Yeah, yeah, you confidence. A lot of
Things
video watching your videos, sir,
correct.
daily.
See, things are very simple and easy, like okay, things are not complicated, but you have
Yes,
to
sir.
go in a straight line. That's it.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Continuity is important and consistency is important, according to me.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
if you will be continuing, at least give 3 to 4 hours daily, because you have nothing to lose. You tell me, have you any loan in your head? Are you married? Have you kids?
No, sir.
The biggest investment for a person in his life is knowledge, because that cannot be stolen, right? Nobody can steal it, right? And you can build at any point of time, but only thing is you need to learn. Okay. And you need to
Yes.
implement. Thala, you guys used to call MS Dhoni Thala, right?
Yes, sir.
MSD, correct? I am also from
Yes.
Ranchi. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah, sir.
so the thing is, you have seen Dhoni very cool and calm in matches and all, right? But have you seen him while practicing in the nets? No,
Yes.
right?
More practice.
More practice. And
Yes.
just listen to his interviews and all, where he said, right, it's all about our training and practice. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The more and more training and the more and more practice we'll do, the same thing is going to replicate in the actual match, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and the plans you'll create outside the, not inside the field. So, you have to be ready with your plans. And that is what your plans, what I have talked about. Once you're ready with all these things, na, you will be confident in the interview.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
I got it.
Okay. So I think is this I'm able to resolve your issue, or it's anything else I you want me to tell?
No, sir. Actually, application support, what role and responsibilities, sir? Just in.
See, in application support, your application will be also involved. Suppose your JDK will be there, right? Your Java application is Java server. On top of Java server, you have installed your Java based application, right? We need to install Apache Tomcat. Nginx will be there, right? For the F5 load balancer and all, we use Nginx servers and all, right? So to manage the
Okay.
traffic, correct? So that is basically a three-tier architecture where you are not only dealing with the operating system, you are dealing with the application, you are dealing with the database also. Okay. So
Okay.
everything is involved. So services might be not running, so you need to make sure why the services are not running, how to check and all. So at the same time you need to deploy some of the libraries and all, some of the jar file and all into some particular path, right? So what is the issue related to your application, monitoring those, as well as at operating system level also you need to troubleshoot the issues, why a user is not able to log in, correct? There are multiple issues. Okay, so application support role is, I have started my career as a, I would say, operation engineer trainee only. It's basically a application support. So in application support you are going to touch almost everything,
Okay, sir.
but at the end of the day, master of one, jack of all. Okay. So you need to make sure which thing you are going to make it as your primary expertise, which is going to help you for the next 15 years.
Okay, sir.
So you'll be able to sustain into this IT industry, and your career path will be in a linear curve. And
Okay,
that is
sir.
what I have done it in my career. I never scared because my foundation is very basic. It look like when you build a building, foundation is important, Annamalai.
Yes, sir. Yeah, correct.
Without foundation, nobody is going to see that foundation, how much deep it is. And that is what I
Yes,
have
sir.
done in my career. Okay. So
Okay, sir. Okay.
answers will be coming from there only. So that is not okay. So
Okay, guys.
so go with this one. 100% you are going to be in right direction, and you will see by yourself.
Yeah, sure. Sir.
Okay. Anything else I can help you with, Annamalai?
Uh, Thank you, sir. Almost you completed. Clearly explained this.
Okay.
Explained
Okay.
them.
So I'll share you that link with you, that course. Oh, what I think I've already shared with you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, already shared this.
Please go
Okay.
ahead, and because it's a limited period offer, okay, you can
Yeah,
understand,
sure, sir.
right? So I think you are good. Correct. Any issues you can ping me. I'm available whenever I'm available. I'll try to answer because I
Yes, sir.
have a
Okay.
job also. Okay,
Yes.
so 9 to 6 job. So till then, just take care of yourself, your loved one. Bye bye and Jai Hind.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.